Aging is a natural part of life. As we get older, we often face new challenges. Our bodies may slow down, our daily routines may change. Sometimes we feel lonely or less needed. But aging does not mean life has to lose meaning. In fact, it can be a time full of purpose and joy. The secret lies in finding that purpose. In Japan, there is a word that holds the key. That word is Ikigai. Ikigai means reason for being. It is the thing that gets you up in the morning. It is what gives your life meaning. It may be big or small. It may be simple or deep. For some people, Ikigai is family. For others, it is a hobby or a skill. In Japan, especially in the island of Okinawa, many older adults live long and healthy lives. Okinawa is known for having one of the highest numbers of people over 100 years old. Scientists and doctors have studied this for many years. They found something special. These people live with purpose. They wake up every day with something to look forward to. This purpose helps them stay strong in body and mind. This is what we are going to talk about today. How can you find your Ikigai? How can it help you live a longer and happier life? Let us explore this together. Ikigai is made of 4 parts. The first part is what you love. This could be anything that brings you joy. Maybe you love gardening. Maybe you enjoy painting or cooking. Maybe you feel happy when you play with your grandchildren. Doing what you love makes you feel alive. It lifts your spirit. The second part is what you are good at. You may think, I am not good at anything. But that is not true. Each person has something they do well. Maybe you are a good listener. Maybe you are good at fixing things. Maybe you make the best soup in the neighborhood. These are all talents, and they matter. The third part is what the world needs. Even small things can help others. Maybe someone needs your smile. Maybe your story can guide a younger person. Maybe you help by volunteering or sharing your wisdom. The world needs you, and you still have so much to give. The fourth part is what you can be valued for. In younger years, this often means money, but in older age, it can mean appreciation. It can mean respect from others. Maybe you do not get paid, but people say thank you. Maybe they look forward to seeing you. That feeling is priceless. When you find something that brings all 4 parts together, you have found your Ikigai. It is not always easy, but it is always worth the effort. Your Ikigai does not have to be a job. It does not have to be big. It just has to be meaningful to you. Even something as small as watering plants each morning can be your Ikigai, because it gives you purpose. It makes you feel alive. And that is the heart of healthy aging. Now let us look at why Ikigai helps people live longer and feel better. Scientists have studied this for many years. They wanted to know why some people in Japan live past 100. They found that diet, exercise, and good healthcare all play a role. But there was something more. That something was purpose. People who had a reason to live stayed healthier. Their minds stayed sharper. Their hearts stayed stronger. In one study, Japanese adults who had a strong sense of Ikigai were less likely to die early. They were also less likely to suffer from heart disease or strokes. This means that having a reason to get up each morning can be as important as taking medicine. Let us compare that to something simple. Think of a flower. When you water it, it grows, but it also needs sunlight. Ikigai is like the sunlight. It feeds the part of us that wants to grow and bloom. Without it, we can wither, even if we eat well and exercise. Ikigai also helps our mental health. Older adults often face sadness or loneliness. Some may feel forgotten or without a role. But when you have Ikigai, you feel needed. You feel connected. You feel seen. This helps prevent depression. It lowers stress. It gives your days a rhythm, and it builds hope. Purpose can also help with memory and thinking skills. Doctors have found that seniors with strong purpose often do better on memory tests. They stay more alert and active. Their brains keep working like well-oiled machines. Purpose pushes the brain to stay engaged. Just like muscles stay strong when you use them, your brain does too. And here is another benefit. Ikigai often leads people to healthier habits. People with purpose are more likely to walk every day. They are more likely to eat fresh food. They take care of their bodies because they want to keep doing what they love. They want to stay around for their grandchildren. They want to finish the quilt they started, or tend the garden they planted in spring. This sense of purpose gives life direction. Think of it like driving a car. You need fuel, but you also need a destination. Ikigai is your destination. Without it, you may still run, but you're going nowhere. With it, every step means something. In Okinawa, many older people do not retire the way we think of it. They may stop working full-time, but they keep busy. They join local clubs. They take part in festivals. They help care for grandchildren. They keep doing what makes them feel alive. And this helps them stay healthy, in body and in mind. It is not just about living longer. It is about living better. More joyful days, more laughter, more love. That is what Ikigai offers. So now that we understand the power of Ikigai, you may wonder, how do I find mine? Do not worry, you are not alone. Many people discover Ikigai later in life, and it is never too late to begin. Finding your Ikigai does not have to be hard. It starts by asking yourself a few simple questions. What do I love to do? What am I good at? What does the world around me need? What can I offer that others value? You can begin with a pen and paper. Write down things that bring you joy. Maybe it is caring for plants. Maybe it is telling stories from your youth. Maybe it is playing music or helping a neighbor. Even if it seems small, write it down. Next, think about what you are good at. You may not have a job anymore, but you still have skills. Maybe you are good at sewing. Maybe you're good at making people laugh. Maybe you have a green thumb. These skills are important. They are part of who you are. Now ask yourself, what do people around me need? This could be practical help. Maybe someone needs meals prepared or help with their shopping, but it can also be emotional help. Maybe someone needs company, someone to talk to, someone to share a walk with. Lastly, ask what you can offer that others value. This might be advice, it might be time, it might be a kind word. Even just showing up can mean the world to someone. Once you look at all these answers, you may notice a pattern. You might see that you love cooking, are good at it, people enjoy your meals and thank you for them. That is your Ikigai. It may be cooking, it may be caring, it may be creating. You do not need to chase big dreams. Ikigai is often found in small daily acts. A woman in Okinawa wakes up each day to care for her garden. She says it gives her peace and purpose. A man in Tokyo volunteers at a school reading to children. He says it makes him feel useful. A grandmother in Osaka writes letters to her grandchildren each week. She says it helps her feel close even if they live far away. These are not grand things, but they are meaningful. They give direction to each day. That is what Ikigai is. If you feel lost, start with just one small act. Call a friend. Take a short walk. Write down your thoughts. Try something new. Even if it feels strange, try again tomorrow. Sometimes we discover what we love by trying different things. Maybe you try painting and discover it brings calm. Maybe you join a singing group and find new joy. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Also, talk to people you trust. Sometimes others see our gifts more clearly than we do. Ask them what they think you are good at. Ask them how you have helped them. Their answers may surprise you. They may remind you of who you are. Remember, Ikigai can change over time. What brought you joy at 40 may not be the same at 70. That is normal. It means you are growing, and growing is part of living. In the next part, we will talk about how to build daily habits around your Ikigai. We will look at simple routines that help you stay healthy, connected, and joyful. Now that you have an idea of what your Ikigai might be, let us talk about how to live with it each day. Ikigai is not something you think about once and forget. It is something you practice. It becomes part of your daily life. It gives your day shape and meaning. Start with a simple morning routine. How you begin your day can set the tone for everything that follows. In Okinawa, many older adults begin the day with stretching or walking. You can do the same. You do not need fancy equipment. Just move your body gently. Even 10 minutes of slow walking helps. Think of it as warming up your life for the day. Next, take a moment for quiet thought. You can sit by the window. You can drink tea slowly. You can say a small prayer or reflect on what you are thankful for. This is a way to center yourself. It reminds you that you are here, that today is a gift. Make time for what brings you joy. If your Ikigai is gardening, spend time with your plants. If it is cooking, plan a simple meal. If it is helping others, make a call or write a letter. Even 20 minutes a day can make a difference. The goal is to do something with love and attention. Stay connected with people. Loneliness is common in older age, but it is not healthy. We are made for connection. Reach out to friends, join a local group, visit a neighbor. Even small talks can brighten your day and theirs. If you can, give back to others. This is a powerful part of Ikigai. When you help others, you feel stronger yourself. It might be watching someone's pet. It might be knitting hats for new babies. It might be listening to someone who needs to talk. You still have much to offer, and others need you more than you know. Eat with intention. In Japan, food is part of a meaningful life. It is not just about filling your belly, it is about nourishment. Try to eat colorful foods, eat slowly, enjoy the smell, taste, and texture. Choose fish, vegetables, tofu, and rice when possible. Think of your food as medicine. A serving of salmon, about the size of your palm, gives around 500 IU of vitamin D. That is over half the amount older adults need each day. 3 slices of tuna also give you that much. Also, drink enough water. Older adults often forget to stay hydrated. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water a day. That is about 1 cup every 2 hours while awake. Move your body with care and joy. You do not need to run or lift heavy weights. Just keep moving. Walk to the store, stretch while watching TV, do light housework. All of these keep your body working. At the end of the day, look back with kindness. Think of one good thing that happened, even if it is small. Maybe someone smiled at you, maybe you finished a puzzle, maybe the soup you made tasted just right. These small wins matter. This kind of routine does not have to be strict. It should feel gentle, like a rhythm. It supports you. It reminds you who you are, and it helps you live with purpose. In the next part, we will talk about community. We will see how Ikigai grows stronger when shared with others. We will look at the power of relationships, family, and connection. Ikigai is personal, but it is also something we build with others. In Japan, especially in Okinawa, strong communities are part of daily life. People stay connected. They belong to groups that support them, even as they age. This connection is a big reason why many live long and happy lives. They call these groups moai. A moai is a circle of friends who meet regularly. They check on each other. They help each other in hard times. They celebrate good news together. You can think of it like a second family. We all need this kind of support. You may already have it, your family, your neighbors, your old friends. But if you feel lonely, you can still find new connections. Join a group at a community center. Start a weekly phone call with a friend. Attend a church group or a walking club. Say hello to the person who lives down the hall. These small steps grow into something strong. Ikigai grows best when it includes people we care about. Maybe your purpose is to care for your spouse. Maybe it is to guide your grandchildren. Maybe it is to cook for your friends once a week. These are all acts of love, and love gives meaning to life. Helping others is also good for your health. Studies show that older adults who volunteer or support others feel happier. They have lower rates of depression. Their blood pressure is lower. They sleep better. They even live longer. Because helping gives you a reason to get up and move. It gives you something to look forward to. It makes you feel useful. And feeling useful is powerful. It tells your body, keep going. It tells your mind, you matter. That feeling is like a light that keeps shining. Even if your family lives far away, you can stay close. Call them, write letters, send photos, share stories. Your words carry love, your voice brings comfort. You are still part of their lives. And do not forget to receive help too. Let others support you. Accept care with grace. When you allow others to help, you give them purpose too. You give them their own Ikigai. Building community does not mean being with people all the time. It means knowing that someone is there. It means feeling safe and seen. It means having someone to laugh with, cry with, or sit quietly beside. Even sharing a cup of tea with a neighbor can bring deep joy. Even waving to someone from across the street can remind you that you are not alone. That is the beauty of connection. In the next part, we will answer some common questions about Ikigai. You may wonder what to do if you have no clear passion, or if your Ikigai changes. We will talk about that next. Now let us answer some common questions about Ikigai. Many people ask, what if I do not have a clear passion? That is a very normal feeling. Not everyone wakes up knowing exactly what they love. Sometimes our passions are hidden. They are small sparks waiting to be noticed. The key is to try things. Try something simple. Bake a new recipe. Visit a new place. Pick up a book you would not usually read. Listen to music from another time. Even if you do not love it, you are learning more about yourself. Passion often grows from action. You do not need to wait until something feels perfect. Just begin. If you enjoy it even a little, do it again tomorrow. Soon it may become a part of you. Another question people ask is, can I have more than one Ikigai? The answer is yes. You can have many reasons for living. You may find joy in painting and also in helping your grandchildren. You may feel purpose when cooking and also when walking your dog. Ikigai does not need to be one big thing. It can be a collection of small joys. Your Ikigai may also change with time. And that is okay. What gave you purpose at age 50 might not be the same at age 80. Maybe you used to work with your hands. Now you work with your heart. You might have loved fast-paced activities. Now you enjoy quiet moments. This is part of growing. You are still you, just in a new season. People also ask, what if I feel too old to start something new? The truth is, you are never too old. In fact, many people discover their Ikigai after retirement. Because now they have time. Now they can reflect. Now they can choose what matters most. In Japan, there are people over 90 who still paint, dance, or teach. They are not doing it to make money. They are doing it because it brings them joy. And it keeps their hearts alive. Ikigai is not about age, it is about energy. And that energy can come at any time. One more question people ask is, what if my health gets in the way? That is an important question. Health changes can make it harder to do certain things. But Ikigai can still be there. Maybe you cannot go outside much, but you can still write letters. You can still listen to music. You can still speak kind words. You can still pray. You can still love. Purpose is not about movement. It is about meaning. And meaning can be found in stillness too. So do not worry if your Ikigai looks different from someone else's. Do not compare. Your path is your own, and it is just as valuable. In the next part, we will share real-life stories of older adults living with Ikigai. These stories will inspire you and show that purpose comes in many shapes and sizes. Now let us look at some real stories of older adults who live with Ikigai. These stories are simple, but they show the power of purpose. They remind us that joy and meaning can be found at any age. In Okinawa, there is a woman named Haru. She is 97 years old. Every morning she wakes up at 5 a.m. She walks to her small garden. There she picks fresh vegetables. She uses them to cook breakfast for her family. She says her Ikigai is feeding her grandchildren. It makes her feel alive. Haru does not see herself as special. She just does what she loves. But her quiet routine gives her strength. It gives her family comfort. And it gives her days a rhythm. In a small village near Tokyo, there is a man named Kenji. He is 84 years old. He used to be a school teacher. Now he volunteers once a week at the local library. He reads books to children. He says he enjoys their laughter and their questions. He feels needed. He feels young again. That is his Ikigai. Kenji says he learns as much from the children as they learn from him. He says, as long as I have something to give, I will keep giving. His words are simple, but they are filled with purpose. There is also a woman named Sachi. She is 91. She lives alone, but is never lonely. Every Sunday, she bakes sweet rice cakes and gives them to her neighbors. She says she started doing this when she lost her husband. It gave her something to look forward to. Now it is her weekly joy, and her neighbors wait for it with smiles. Sachi says baking helped her heal. It gave her days structure. It gave her a way to stay connected. These are not famous people. They are not rich. They are not trying to impress anyone, but they live with light in their eyes because they live with Ikigai. Closer to home, there are stories just like these. A grandfather who fixes old toys for neighborhood children. A retired nurse who offers phone support to younger caregivers. A woman who writes poetry every morning and shares it with friends. None of these things are loud, but they are full of meaning. If you look around, you may see people like this near you. And if you look within, you may find your own story waiting to be lived. Your Ikigai does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be big. It only has to be true. In the final part, we will reflect on what Ikigai really means. We will talk about how you can start living with more purpose today. You have now learned what Ikigai means. You have seen how it brings joy, health, and strength to people in Japan and around the world. You have heard stories of men and women who live each day with meaning. Now the question is, what does Ikigai mean to you? You do not need to wait for the perfect time. You do not need to have all the answers. You can begin today. Start by asking yourself, what makes you smile? Think about what gives your day meaning. Notice what you miss when it is gone. Maybe it is making tea in the morning. Maybe it is seeing your plants grow. Maybe it is helping someone or sharing a kind word. Maybe it is simply being there for a loved one. You do not need to move fast. Just take one step, then another. Write down what matters to you. Talk to a friend. Try something new. Be open to surprises. Let each day be a chance to listen to your heart. Remember, Ikigai is not about doing more, it is about being more present, more grateful, more true to yourself. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be to begin. Every day is a fresh start. Every morning is a new chance to live with purpose. Even the smallest act can carry great meaning. Even the quietest life can shine with joy. You are still growing. You are still learning. And you are still deeply needed. In the words of many elders in Japan, only being alive is a gift. What you do with it is up to you. So find your Ikigai. Let it guide your steps, let it light your path, and let it remind you that your life still matters. Deeply, truly, beautifully. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeking meaning. You are not alone, and your purpose is waiting. Let today be the beginning. Your Ikigai is calling. Answer it, live it,